The gas pedal, the brake pedal, and the clutch will be mounted to a subplate. This is the subplate. We need left and right adjustability because each individual block has front and rear adjustability, and the entire plate has front to rear adjustability for driver height. This is what it looks like when we start. These will be 320 wide slots, 6 of them, and this should cover the whole range of motion that we require. Let's get a quick look at the assembly before it goes off for electronics. This really turned into quite the project, and I do apologize for not filming more of it. I was really pressed for time on this, and I just couldn't take the time to set the cameras up. But this thing is adjustable 19 ways from Sunday. This entire back platform has about a 7.5, 8-inch range of motion vertically. It has several positions. The main base plate here has several positions where it can be affixed to the support rails. These guys here can float independently on the block. Every one of the pedals can float left and right to set up for your specific needs. There is a 15-degree platform for the feet. And yes, I thought about putting these down from the top, but this is not my rig, so requirements say that it comes up from the bottom. The pivot points, that is. This is modular. You can see that's multi-pieces under there, so we can put spacers right here in the crack, right between it. What looks like a dark and a light piece, it's actually just the lighting doing that. But we can put standoffs under that and raise this up if the heel contact area is not sufficient. Top deck is slotted so it can face down to you at about 15 degrees, or you can articulate this thing, bring it all the way down to the bottom or however high you want it, and it can turn and face up at about 30 degrees. So it's very convenient. Seat has several positions. I do have extenders on the front because my son wanted it to kick back a little further than it was initially. It does slide back and forth about 5 inches. And the only real visible hardware from the outside are the crossbar cap screws in the back. I am very pleased with how this came out. This is heavy, this is rigid, this is not going to flex, I can promise you that. It is time to load it in the back of the truck, take it off site, get all the strain gauges and wiring and computers hooked up to it. And hopefully the next video will be actually testing it out. So we'll see what happens. All right, the pedals are all populated with the electronics. That was my son's contribution. At the end stages of this build, everything is in place. And this video just would not be complete without a test drive. So we're going to take it out for a spin. The steering wheel we're using is a Fanatec
Club Sport Formula V2.
And that is way over my head, but it's got more adjustments than you can possibly imagine. It's very customizable. It's a tachometer across the top. Actually, it's a shift indicator across the top and a speedometer in the center. And all of these other buttons, very much like an F1 car would, control everything else in the vehicle. And there are paddles on the back, shift paddles on the back, and everything is accessible without ever taking your hand off the wheel, as is required in most high-end sports cars. All right, this is the Pacific Coast Highway. This is a BMW. Oh no, it's a Corvette. Give me a second to turn the lights out here.
This is a Assetto Corsa.
And video games have come a long way since I was a kid.
always drive it before you race it.
What's the speed we're looking at here, Joe?
Ah,
0 at this moment.
yeah. So I mean, speed indicated on the wheel here or in the middle of the gauge cluster should be the same and should be accurate. So
Gotcha.
it'll indicate a gear shift and then go right back to speed. That's about 60 miles an hour.
I think that's a good place to wrap it up. Thanks for watching.
Oh man, love it. Yeah, I'm good. A little bit of line damage, but we're good. I'll show you this. There's your opportunity. Oh no! Oh, what was that supposed to happen? Holy cow.
Oh man, love it.
No, I'm good. A little bit of alignment damage, but we're good. I'm sure it'll get worse.
There's your opportunity. Oh no! Oh, well, that's not supposed to happen. Holy cow!